Picture this, a high-achieving, workaholic, type A personality, always staying busy, thriving on busy, one who does not feel accomplished if she's not productive, and if she does take time to relax and ditches the to-do list, she feels guilty about it and like the day is a wash. Hi, I'm Amber. I'm a healthcare provider and a recovering perfectionist. I say recovering because I've worked very hard over the years to break my mentality of needing to be perfect or do things perfectly in order to accept myself, give myself more grace, and honestly take better care of myself. Suffering from multiple eating disorders through my adulthood, I struggled immensely with finding control over my eating. At first, I thought I would only eat to fill a void, say for instance, loneliness or sadness. I later learned that I also emotionally ate when I was stressed, nervous, or even happy. I used food to celebrate just as much to soothe. When I would feel badly about it, my perfectionism would kick in, telling me, from here on out, no foods that are bad, vowing to be 100%. It left so much pressure on me, it left zero room for error, and it was unattainable. So how does being a perfectionist play into our emotional eating tendencies? You see, when you are always shooting for perfect, it is 100% certain that you will fail. Why is this? Because we are human beings incapable of perfection. You may be thinking, yeah, okay, I know we're not actually perfect. You may know this, but do you believe it? Sometimes the logical side of our brains isn't congruent with the emotional, and we tend to side with the emotional. When it comes to our nutrition, we may decide we have a new goal. Lose weight, have more energy, reduce late night snacking. But as perfectionists, we set ourselves up for failure by thinking we have to do everything perfectly in order to succeed. And we put way too much pressure on ourselves all at once, which can be a drastic change to what we're currently doing in our lifestyle. To change everything all overnight is virtually impossible, but yet we set the bar for ourselves here. Have you ever thought, okay, that's it. I'm going to the gym every single day, when you haven't been going to the gym at all. Or I'm going to eat a salad every day for lunch, when you've been going to the cafeteria every day at work. Or I won't have any treats whatsoever, not accounting for the social events that you have on your calendar later down the line. The bar is set to an extraordinary standard, and not that we aren't extraordinary, but that bar is just not within reach. It's so easy to fall short on any of these binding contracts that we set upon ourselves, and when we do, as perfectionists, we think to ourselves, well, I messed up today, so I might as well just throw in the towel for everything else. This is what I like to call a case of the might as wells, and it's when we become trapped by that where we don't succeed in continuing to pursue our goals. Our perfectionism gets the best of us, and instead of making even just a little bit of progress, we're left thinking to ourselves that we've gone nowhere at all once again. How does this relate to our eating? We start to put these super high expectations on ourselves, holding ourselves to a standard that's much too high all at once. For instance, oftentimes we have great intentions of starting the day off right, eating well, cooking, or packing our food for work. But if something throws us off, we throw in that towel because we've ruined our day. Might as well just eat what I want because I already fell off track. With the clients I work with who struggle with emotional eating, I tackle the might as wells and help to break this pattern so these individuals can keep moving forward. I help to set realistic, attainable, and small goals, ones that clients can achieve and get quick success. Doesn't that sound nice to arrive at a goal you feel you've succeeded in? Even further, doesn't it make you feel a little relieved that you don't have to change every single thing all overnight in order to get where you want? Finding food freedom involves tackling small goals and wins that continue to build up over time. The more the action is reinforced, the more it becomes a habit. Habits create a new lifestyle, one that is not crippled by compulsions and feeling out of control with eating. The key to transforming your stress and emotional eating behaviors is to release the need to be perfect. Sometimes we don't realize this is what we're doing, but if you really thought about it, do you hold yourself to maybe too high of a standard? Believe it or not, but our emotional health is very tied closely to our body and our physical health. If we have dysbiosis or an imbalance in our gut, This can be directly related to our mental and emotional health, which then impacts the way we talk to ourselves, feel about ourselves, and ultimately behave. In functional medicine, we take a deeper look into what's going on within our body, down to the cellular level, to connect the body's own chemical processes and reactions to the symptoms, habits, and behaviors we display. When we look that closely at our body's physiology first, we can start to connect the dots and correct the areas that may need addressing. So instead of just continually telling yourself that you'll master your emotional eating with your willpower, we work on regulating what is in imbalance in the body that may be driving these unwanted habits. This is where I come in as a functional medicine physician assistant and can look deeper with you. If you'd be curious how to pinpoint how your perfectionism is linked to your emotional eating by actually looking at your body's own processes, I'd like to invite you to book a call to talk with me today. From one recovering perfectionist to a soon-to-be other, let's chat more about how we can lower that bar and your expectations that you place on yourself. Click the link below to set up an appointment with me.